is taking real soon. You know we got what you need, baby, so take it along.
All right, we're off and running. Austin Cameron, he needs to double dip Chase Puckett. He's off to a good start with that first 2-point post right there after frame number 1. This could be a long way to go here because these two are dog fighters.
That third to last, Audie's third bag last time, he pulled that in, and it was amazing. It was up on the left side, and he pulled it in with his last bag. It was crazy. So it was a good bag.
A little bit off to the right there, just a little bit of a hitch in his giddy up. Leaves that one out on the right side completely out of play, but he's going to jam them up there. Ultimately, those are going to fall. They're not too significantly wedged in.
Might as well count those right there.
Absolutely.
Up top. +4.
Coming up and over with that airmail. Yo, how about that? It was almost too clean, not able to pull that front side bag in there with him. But you know what? Now it's time to put Chase Puckett's thumbs on the Score-Holio scoreboard and knot it up at 2. And I think we're going to see a lot of tie scores, and I think we're seeing a very competitive game. Again, Austin Cameron out of SVC has to double dip Decatur, Alabama's Chase Puckett. Puckett 30 years old, Austin Cameron 16 years old, still a couple of years left to dominate the juniors division in the ACO. And just as not a lot of guys and seniors were thrilled to see Bob Heil turn 55 and join the seniors, I think there's going to be a lot of juniors saying, hey, can we get Austin a fake ID and get him out of here, please?
Big 4 spot right
that's
there.
That's a nice 4 spot you don't see very often, that's for sure.
Sitting in the king seat, looking at the lead right now, +4, 6-2. Chase Puckett on top right now, just trying to close this out in one game. That would be magical for him because you don't want to let Audie win this first one and have to battle back.
Well, he's tossing these killer bags.
Killer bees, right?
The killer bees, that's right.
He yanks that first bag off to the left, his left, and Audie fills the hole with that bag right in front. Thought that Chase could push through that. Maybe he still can.
He still can. Well, now he can't.
Didn't grab it, but it's still hanging over there.
There was actually an opportunity possibly for to use Austin's bag to grab it, and he just got it too cleanly.
He'll do it again right now.
Yeah, looks like it's in no man's land now. Nope, might have been brought back into play there with Cameron's bag.
Step out just a little bit more, try to readjust and pull that corner of that bag in. One last bag.
Oh.
Knocks it a little bit long. Audie makes him not pay. Leaves it up.
Boy's
Fish on the bank.
Yes, he does. He has that good flat bag with that rotation. Again, once it hits, you never know what direction it's going to go, whether it's going to go and slide in flat or if it's going to get up on its side, roll up and over. But that time, he just needed to take the middle and own it, and he wasn't able to do it. It's got to be a little bit of a relief there for Chase. There's very little that Austin wants to do that he does not do.
Leaves it up there on the right side. Puckett's got a chance to come around it and make it nasty for him. Leaves that bag out of the play now. Audie's got to come through it. Oh, my goodness gracious. He said, get over here. Wow.
Oh, nicely cleaned up there by...
Oh, +2. Frustration. You don't see that often. Cameron with the hand slap. And a little bit of talking from him, just talking to himself. But you don't see that too often. He missed that, but barely, Finn. That was inches away from going in the hole.
And boom, this is what we were talking about earlier. This is, we're going to see that maturity come into play here because that could have been the exact kind of thing right there where you saw him clap his hands, get mad, and walk off to the side. He used to do that a little bit. He doesn't do that the way that he did. And a lot of these juniors have really matured through the ACO over the years.
A little same as last whole frame right here. Puckett's got a chance to bring that bag in from that left side.
I think he's done a better job of it there. Clearly much more of it to grab if he wants to grab it. And an airmail that's as strong as his should be able to pull it in, but he still went again to maybe try to pull it further into play?
That corner is that backside, that front side corner is sneaking into the hole a little bit. It's creeped up a little bit, about 3/8 of an inch more than the last frame, so he could pull it in a little bit more.
3/8 of an inch. Thank you, Steve Austin. Oh, boom! That's exactly what he was planning, and there is another opportunity missed there for Austin Cameron, just to not leave points on the board, and that's exactly what he did.
10-2.
Gave chase, and he's got a double dip. He's got a long way to go, but we saw Bob Heil do that against Alan Wingham in the seniors. It can be done. Now, right now, Austin turns around. He's kind of facing the backside and the giant ACO logo, talking to himself a little bit. His best advice is from his coach, which is himself. Steps up, exhales, spins the bag.
Frustration is the enemy in cornhole, and he needs to capitalize right here. He gets 4 in the hole, and
That's a nice bag right there.
it's a +2 happening right now. Wow.
We've discussed this a number of times, but the pace of play really is going to work to Chase Puckett's advantage here, because Austin is a ready, fire, aim kind of guy.
Yes.
And he likes to play fast. That's a nice bag right there.
Nasty. Very nasty.
And I think Chase is, whether he's intentionally doing it right now, he has slowed the pace of this game much slower than I think Austin likes to play.
He'd said it all earlier yesterday whenever I talked to him. I said, "You going to win tomorrow?" He says, "I got to make some money, Hal." I'm like, "Oh, go get it then."
He's after it right now. He's got that $1,000 pro bonus for having that ACO Pro jersey on. In fact, no matter which one of these guys wins, they're taking that $1,000 ACO Pro bonus of $1,000, as we mentioned, home with them on top of the prize money, $22,000 plus here at the Grand Casino in Hinckley, Minnesota. We love coming up here. We love bringing that big money tournament this way. They love having us. It's a match made in heaven. These guys continue to duke it out here, but a 10-2 lead for Chase Puckett. It was Austin Cameron who was predicted to be our winner by both Russell Tabers and ACO Stalwart and Philip Barnett, both having chosen Austin Cameron there, who leaves a couple of points on the board there as well. It was interesting. Phil said he thought it could be one of 3 players. He thought it could be Mark Smothers, who had a horrible weekend, self-admittedly, Maggie Geiger, who is our women's champion for the weekend, or Austin Cameron. His sleepers were Derek Williams, Bob Heil, and Clinton Lucas, all of who played well respectively in different divisions. We may see some Derek Williams a little bit later on in doubles, and then it was Russell Tabers also went with Austin Cameron to win it. So if Chase is able to pull this off, he will have confounded all of our prognosticators.
Sidestepping here for a minute before this round is over. Congrats to Maggie Geiger, a new mama to be. One more on the way. Winning world title today, and a baby on the way, right? No? No.
We try not to delve into issues of the flesh here in the booth. All right, we're getting back to finding the center and letting it enter the hole. These guys a little bit maybe of a palate cleanser here. Still 10-2, an 8-point deficit, but again, no lead is safe. We've seen that a number of times. We've seen some fantastic double-digit comebacks. Both of those bags not exactly where he'd like to see them, and that was a nice bag by Cameron to push his a little further out of play on the left side, but we've seen him pull off some pretty remarkable shots. This was going to the right side, and neither one of those drips in. Now, the question becomes, does he want to throw this one into the parking lot, or is he going to try to put it in the middle and risk getting the wash on those 2 bags? But nice little pickup there for Austin Cameron. He is going to pick up the 4th spot, 10-6 now. The deficit here. This is our singles championship game, and Cameron has to double dip Puckett to take the title after Chase Puckett just dispatched Jamie Fincham, and then Austin Cameron, his doubles partner, dispatched Jamie Fincham as well, who now looking at a 3rd place finish, but as he mentioned in the interview in between, heading the right direction. That's all these players can ask for.
That'll come back in. Puckett's going to try to. I thought he was going to leave it up in the front and make him shoot it, but he didn't. Put it in the hole. Bag for bag for bag. Oh, does he go up top, Finn?
I think he does, up and over.
Oh, backside!
What a shot. He just cracked the back of that hole, dropped right in, and it just waved goodbye to Austin's bag and left it hanging. Literally.
12-6, 12-6, halfway there. Well, over halfway there, geez.
Boy, and I'll tell you, you heard Jamie talk about just the deadly nature of Puckett's airmails. That was really something there to not allow that bag just to vibrate itself in the front of the hole from Cameron. He does seem to be making things a lot more difficult for himself than he needs to be with some of these early bags, and he's having to kind of go back and try to collect them. This one's not going to be attainable, I don't believe, and neither is that.
Puckett was really talking to himself after that first bag. He talked himself out of that last bag and that bag also.
That right there.
6 spot.
Is a mess, and that brings us back knotted at a dozen for the two of them, and that right there could absolutely be the linchpin and the turning point for not just this game, but this entire match. And we'll have to think back to this 12-12 score somewhere down the line to figure out where each of their heads were when that happened, because that's a 6 spot. You don't see that very often in these championship matches.
You don't give up a big lead like that and come back easy, I'll tell you what. You don't win easy with any, I mean, a big lead and you leave that on the floor. Jeez, that's difficult to overcome, Finn.
Boy, and I'll tell you too, this is not going to be a problem for Cameron. Is he going to try to go up and over this?
He may.
He is, yeah, he is. Oh, couldn't have designed that any more poorly, and now he leaves that wide open for Austin. Doesn't even have to crawl over that bag. So now all he can do is really hope to take that center and drop it, which he'll do right there. But boy, he is leaving himself. He's become his own worst enemy on these early bags. And 14-12 now the lead for Austin Cameron. Cameron was the number 2 seed overall. Puckett, the number 4 seed, seeded coming into this tournament here at the Grand Casino in Hinckley, Minnesota. Again, the double dip, if you're just joining us here on the Stadium Network. Austin Cameron playing out of the higher seed in the blue score box with the mask on, has to double dip. He has to win twice. Chase just needs to win once to take the singles championship. It's not a terrible bag. He didn't like it as much as he would have hoped, but not terrible because it does keep Chase away from his bag. He's going to go up and over, try to pull it. Oh, and he gets one in, but he doesn't get the... Would that be a backside drag or an upper northeastern quadrant drag bag? Is that just a little too much of a mouthful?
I think they're probably just a drag. It's easier to say.
See, I didn't want to go simply with just a drag because I was tired of being told that was what I was in high school. So I was going for something a little more specific.
You are pretty accurate with your directional observation, though. Northeast is appropriate for that pull.
I put the ass in compass, man.
Little shift right here happening.
Straighten up that board, and these pitch pads are nice carpets that keep the boards typically in place, but when you put carpet on carpet, we're noticing with a lot of these players, their foot movements, they're starting to bunch up just a little bit, but it doesn't appear to be affecting the boards too badly, and that's good sportsmanship, adjusting the board for one another.
You know, they don't step, but that little twist at the end really bunches it up after 75, 80 throws. They're just going to twist it all over the place.
Well, and that roll shot just moved a little off to right. Typically, we've seen Austin losing that roll shot just a little bit off to the left, and that gives Chase an opportunity to clean up. Not what he was hoping for there, I don't believe. That certainly helped.
He pulls it in. Does Chase go up top? Nope.
He's just going to take the center, and he misses the center and leaves a couple there. 16-12. Could this be the first of two that Austin Cameron needs to double dip here live from the Grand Casino, Hinckley, Minnesota? It is the American Cornhole Organization Season 17 Major. We are on Championship Saturday. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, alongside William Boom Howell, in for the duration of the tournament in the booth here for the singles. Glad to have you along for the ride, and plenty of great shots and airmails and booms and booms and some really big bags that have been tossed throughout the course of the night. We've seen a couple of mistakes, but for the most part, we're seeing some really, really spot-on focus.
Another 2-spot coming here. If Audie sinks this bag, Puckett needs to go in the hole. Minimizes right there. 2 more. That's big, Finn. It used to be 12-6. Now it's 18-12. So that's a huge swing. Still has a chance here, does Chase, to lay it down and end it in game 1, but not. If he doesn't continue to put those bags in the hole, and Audie matches them, then it could go to game 2, which could be pretty dangerous.
Well, and you remember just moments ago we talked about the fact that Chase was up 12-6. Next thing you know, it's 12-12, and that was the turning point. It has been. It has absolutely been.
Boom! Clean!
What a shot. Didn't touch anything on the way out. In fact, almost knocked over the drink holder. It went through so cleanly.
Touched the floor.
Well, it did touch the floor, and that was the only thing stopping it.
Oh, big
nice roll bag there. That's the block and roll, as our boy Philip Barnett likes to call it.
Again!
How about that? Oh, just tried to brute force and bully bag that in through.
3 times a lady right there, boom!
How about that? Derek Williams, you hear him fired up on the side. Finally off that 12, 18, 14, and that might be just what he needs to light that fire up underneath. He gets the first bag back. He's going to flip him. He's going to grip him. And he's going to rip him. A little defensive play right out of the chute, but you know what's going to happen as soon as you lay that blocker down, and there's no chance it really isn't going to happen. 9 times out of 9, that's it. He's going to try to clean that up. I think he's all right there.
I don't know that Chase has missed an airmail in this whole game.
I don't think he has. I don't think. On that one, I turned my head, and that bag dripped in while I was looking away. All right, an 8-bagger is what we're looking at here. And it's exactly what we get. A little palate cleanser there. Again, 18-14, Austin Cameron. Number 2 seed in singles against number 4 seed Chase Puckett. And he's got a double dip. So 2 wins will make Austin Cameron our champion. He's already maxed out in championship points in majors for singles. He's maxed out earlier this evening in juniors, ultimately working to max out in doubles as he heads to the World Championships. Oh, the World Championships, when are those, Boom? Oh, the end of July.
Probably so. You know, you may be looking at the youngest king of cornhole ever.
It's quite possible.
Right here.
It's quite possible. He's going to have to unseat Gary Ferguson out of Tennessee, who is wearing the crown this season. He's a great king, a great representative for the ACO and also for the sport of cornhole. There's a no blood, no foul draw right there, but we could have ourselves a king. We could have ourselves a queen of cornhole, that singles champion, male or female. But they're going to have to work their way through Gary Ferguson.
18-14, Puckett down. Audie Cameron coming back, launching to the front, trying to make something happen.
That bag, you saw it as soon as it left Chase's hand, was going to be short, but didn't realize it would be that much short and that far to the left. He's coming in low and hard, trying to clean it up, and makes a bit of a mess for himself on the...
That's the game in hand right there, Finn.
Oh, boy, and as soon as it left his hand, oh, my... All right, well... Puckett has spent more time staring at the floor than he has staring at the board across the way. He needs to get out of his own head, it seems like. And grip this one, rip it up and over. And it leaks in the backside. Nicely done there. So Audie takes that grip, lets it rip, pulls 2 down with it.
Gets a Lincoln, Abe Lincoln. That's a penny.
That's all it takes. 1 penny at a time. A penny saved is a penny posted. We're gonna just outduel each other on stupid sayings. The rest of we'll just start making them up and see if any of them end up being real or become hashtags. For goodness sake.
Audie not happy about that bag right there.
No, that one that could be a difference maker here. A couple of points, and I don't know that he can put that one back into play. Certainly, Chase isn't going to do anything to help him with that rotation. It
tries to curve it up there. Damages himself right there, leaves 2 bags up front, and Puckett doesn't make it any easier for him. Now Audie just got to go for the hole. Oh, my goodness, Finn.
This is very uncharacteristic right here.
Ooh, we are talking big-time shots right here. That's a 6-spot happening. Wait on it.
Oh,
he's going to call timeout, I think. Or no, he's going airmail. Airmail drag for the win. Oh, he goes off
the board, but he takes
plus three.
Takes the 3. So
19-17.
I got to be honest with you. To have Austin Cameron leave 4 bags on the board and not close it out, that's a problem.
Heck of a bag to miss by Chase Puckett right there. Had a chance for the win. Could have drained it for a lot of money in his pocket.
Yeah, not a great time for that first miss for that airmail. All right, just going to settle down, control the hole. Very possibly an 8. Well, now I'm able to jinx them with my thoughts, not just my words, Boom.
It's going to happen right here in the hole.
Oh, nicely done. Good pickup. Camera comes in and pushes. We've been doing that all afternoon during competition and just whenever he wanted to be honest with you.
Beautiful shot. Puckett right down the center. Audie leaves it short.
He leaves one more. 19.
And we're tied.
Oh, 19. It's one more of those bags where he really, I'm finding it hard to believe because he's been performing at will, but this is exactly what we've seen. 2 majors in a row, ACO competition. Again, your eyes can show you and tell you what's going on the boards. We try to fill you in on who's doing it and maybe a little bit of why they're doing it. But this is really, really top-tier competition.
Trying to push that killer bee bag out of the way. Audie lands in front of it. Puckett's not afraid of the airmail, but he's going to think about it, trying to figure out what he wants to do. Going to call timeout, figure out what's going on. That bag is out of play, Finn. That Reynolds is out of play, so whatever Chase does, if he leaves it up front, if Audie goes airmail, it can only be a wash in the end if Puckett doesn't miss it. I mean, if Puckett misses, then that's his disadvantage. So I don't think that Audie can bring that Reynolds bag back into the left from the right side. That's deep on the right side beyond the triangle logo over there. So
right, but see, here's the question. Knowing that he has to be double dipped, is it worth the risk at this point to try to finish it?
I think that Chase will go for the airmail eventually. He might not go for it this time. He may end up on that left side of that bag to try to make Audie push through both of his bags and risk
going up.
Oh, get nasty!
It's the front side drag. What a shot! That's a neck breaker right there, and that's it. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. That is amazing. What a shot! The shot he needed to have. He pulled it out of his holster and he unloaded.
He's thinking right now, just relishing right now. I think he's going to hit another one.
He's going to do it again.
He puts it on the board, and that's it.
And he does. Oh, boy.
And that will be it.
What a way to finish it off. Congratulations, Chase Puckett takes it in one game. He needed to be double dipped, but he was able to take it in just one game. 30 years old out of Decatur, Alabama. He's sporting that pro jersey. He'll be sporting that pro bonus as our singles champion here. Boom, at the Grand Casino, Hinckley, Minnesota. He fought his way through the bracket. He fought his way through everybody. Jamie Fincham, Austin Cameron, the best that the ACO has to offer. And he is going to spend a couple of moments around with us here. He's going to go get that steak. He's going to go get that Sprite. We already know the meal he has planned. All right, brother. Nicely done. Well done. Well done. All right. Well, I do recall you saying last time you were sitting in this chair, which, by the way, you've sat in almost more than he has tonight over here during these interviews, and I can hear your phone already blowing up. Yeah. Is that your phone?
Yes. I have an amazing support, man.
Well, that might be Randall Garrison.
They keep me doing it, I swear. I have fun doing it, but.
Well, you seem a little bit emotional, but think about this. You got this jersey on, you've earned that pro status, and now you've earned an extra $1,000 as a result of it on top of your prize money. You've earned a respect clearly of everybody here in this building and everybody that's blowing up your phone right now. So the question becomes, when your airmails were just sick, and you were cracking the back of the hole. You had a couple of drags, or a couple. I think there was there a 3 times a lady in there, Boom?
I think so, yeah.
At one point,
Yes.
and but you knew you seemed like you knew no matter what. You hung up on 12. You stayed there for a while. In fact, you gave up to 12 to 12, and we thought that could be the point where he took the lead, and ended up getting the first of what could be a double dip on you. What changed for you at 12 to 12?
I knew I had to get it, man. I had so many people pulling for me to this thing. It's been unreal, the amount of support. And I just knew if I could get my airmails going, that was going to change the game. It's unbelievable, man. I love every single body that's pulled for me through this. Because I have practiced 4 or 5 days a week.
Outstanding.
To get here.
Well, it was clearly obvious. I think what we're going to have to do is get a copy of that notification ding. We're going to get it over to the wizard, Eric Heinerman. So from now on, besides the boom, when you knock one of those airmails in and pay that front side drag, ding, 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 it'll sound like the casino out here by what time is all is said and done. The Hinckley, Minnesota Grand Casino champion, Chase Puckett, the pride of Decatur, Alabama. Randall Garrison and everybody. Obviously, our boy Philip Barnett is thrilled for you, and boy, what a well-earned, huge win.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Steak and a Sprite.
Steak and a Sprite.
Steak and a Sprite. Congratulations.
I love you, Mom, Mama, Dad, John, everybody that's pulled for me. Thank y'all so much for being behind me.
Get us one more
really
ding. Come on,
appreciate it.
somebody fire one more ding in here.
It'll be there. I'm
Turkey done.
it ain't.
Nicely
Turkey's done, yeah?
Yeah,
Thank
turkey's
y'all.
done. All right, a
Thank
steak and
y'all
a
so
Sprite. You've earned it, and you've earned quite a bit more thanks to that
sir.
jersey. Go out there and get your check.
There it is.
It's time for you to, you can go. Nicely done, buddy.
Thank
Well
y'all.
done. Chase Puckett.
Thank you.
Good stuff. That is good stuff. We are able to bring you some of the best cornhole action on the planet because we provide the best cornhole action on the planet. The American Cornhole organization since 2005, continuing to take the game to a new level, and that guy right there took his game to a whole new level.